It's Ghetto House Radio with Hoser. Joining me right now, Laidback Luke. So I don't know how to bring this up, man. I know I've been struggling with this along with the rest of the dance community. The passing of your good friend, Avicii.
Yeah.
You discovered Avicii.
Yeah.
You presented him to the world.
That's right. I got him ready for the world. He found my Laidback Luke forum back when he was a teenager, and sorry if I sound all serious right now. It hurts, man. It hurts so much. So he was a teenager, just like a lot of other kids that send me demos and want to hear feedback. But he popped up and he said, I'm Tim. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Sweden. Can someone listen to my music? And I was already giving feedback to a lot of young producers that are now professional DJs as well. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, let me hear your music. And so it's fun fact. I still have his first demo. I still have it on my hard drive, which didn't sound at all like the Avicii we know, but he was my close student in production for about 3 to 4 years.
Wow. Until
he finally got that professional sound. And here's another fun fact. Back in 2008, all of a sudden it was very hip and modern, just like everyone is doing bass house right now. It was very hip and modern to make hard electro house. So young Tim started doing that and handed some demos into me, and I said, dude, what are you doing? Are you like jumping on the trend? What's going on? Like, this doesn't sound like you at all. And he's like, well, everyone's making electro house now and I want to do it too. And I said, no, man, you know what you need to do? You need to focus on that Swedish sound. You need to listen to Eric Prydz and listen to Axel tracks and make something melodic and progressive like that. And from there on, he started making, the Avicii sound, and yeah, from there on, it took off.
Ghetto House Radio.
We are celebrating Avicii's life and music on Ghetto House Radio. Talking to Laidback Luke. When was the last time you saw Avicii?
The last time I saw him face to face was back in 2015 when he had me open up for him at his party in Ibiza. But it was then and there. So we had a little chat. And I saw him perform, but it was then and there I had the vision that I put out in the press as well, where I said I could clearly see him joining the elite rock star group of artists that passed away early. And it was a shock for me. It was a total shock. I saw it so clearly, and I can't believe it freaking happened. And I am devastated.
People don't realize that it's not easy being on tour. It takes a toll on your body.
Absolutely. So for everyone that's listening right now who is a DJ, who's listening to this show and knows how it is to live up to one show, say you have coming weekend or in 2 weeks you have a show and you need to perform and you're nervous for it. Well, in the life of a touring DJ, this can almost be every single day. And so it's not only this, but add to that a touring DJ only sleeps about 3 to 4 hours a night. Possibly parties, there's no time for hangovers. And still you need to produce tracks. You still need to bring up the energy to play the other show. You need to bring up the energy to travel. Sometimes we travel. I'll be out at like 6 a.m. out to the airport, take 2 flights, then a 3-hour drive, and arrive at night, and then I have an hour in the hotel room, and I'll need to perform again. And so people underestimate that, and I've seen a couple of comments of like, oh, boo-hoo, it's so hard to be a successful DJ, and you take your private jet, and you enjoy the money and the fame. That's all fake. That has nothing to do with the real life.
People don't get to see what happens behind the scenes.
Exactly. Well, and if people want to see, make sure to watch that True Stories documentary that Avicii made, because it's heartbreaking and it's true. You see at a certain point you see there's like a timer going on with the amount of shows he performs, and it all gets to be a blur and fireworks and big crowds, and all of a sudden you're like 800 shows deep. And it becomes that kind of a blur. And all of a sudden it's like, where did the years go? Where did my life go? What am I doing? Like, am I still loving this? And and then in some cases, the way to escape is to, do something on the side.
Celebrating the life and music of one of dance's biggest stars.
GHR remembers the life and music of Avicii.
We're talking to Laidback Luke on Ghetto House Radio. You discovered Avicii. Did you collaborate with him on any music?
No, I wish. And, in that sense, I'm so thankful that I've collaborated with Afrojack, who was from the same generation of Forum students as Avicii. And I always had a dream to collaborate with Tim, but I always got held back by his management, by his people. I was never able to reach him anymore after he blew up, and it's such a tragedy because at a certain point I flipped my life around as well, and I had this whole touring life and the Laidback Luke fit and that sort of thing. I have it on lockdown now. I can I go through it with such ease, and I could have easily passed on that knowledge to him.
Anyone out there that's listening right now that wants to change their life, you have these video vlogs.
Yeah, make sure to check out my YouTube channel. It's just Laidback Luke, and every single week I'll try and give as much advice as I can to young DJs, but also the ones who are watching, people with office jobs, people that suffer from anxiety and stress because of work or family pressure or whatever. And I think the message we need to get from Avicii's passing is that you could see that he was a kid with a big dream, and he reached it all. And despite the money and the fame, there's a deeper reality to it where you need to take control over your life, and you need to talk about your anxieties. You need to talk about your stress. You need to talk about your insecurities. And there's always people ready to help you.
Thank you, man. We appreciate this.
Thank you for having me. Good to speak to you again.
Laidback Luke right there on Ghetto House Radio.